Watching porn gives everyone the impression that women are dominant in the bedroom, and most of the time this couldn't be farther from the truth. My name is Tari from Closeness.com, and over the last decade I've helped countless couples understand women's hearts, minds, and bodies better so that you both can have a better, hotter, and more connected experience. While it isn't a woman's default way of being, you can inspire her to engage with you in that way if you know the right things to do. Whether you watch pornography, you're addicted to it, you watch it occasionally, or you use it to actually climax, you're going to notice something that is prevalent. Women are sexually dominant, completely open, willing to have sex in any position, expect to have sex in any position, love going down on you, love having sex with the guy and then going down on him. Everything is fully blown out. What I want to talk to you about today is how, when you're watching porn, you see and you believe that women naturally just show up ready to have sex, ready to take off their clothes and do anything and everything. And better still, that all you do is lay there like a snow angel with your action standing straight up, and the woman just services it as though they have main character syndrome in a top porn. This is what she should do. Why doesn't she seduce me? If she would just make it easy for me, why doesn't she make the first move? Why do I have to do the work all the time? And while within my heart of hearts, I do believe and am more than happy and have been with many women who are dominant in the bedroom, and am more than happy for a woman to be assertive and get on top and do all the things, far be it from me to get in the way of all that. What happens in most bedrooms across the world is nothing like porn. Now the caveat, the secret sauce, one of the things I feel like I can deliver to you that you won't find anywhere else is that women can be that way. This may sound like an obvious statement. It's not. They have the potential. They do it for their OnlyFans account. They do it in sex work. They do it with the bad boy or the guy who they go on a date with, or the one who they wound up with in the back of a bar or a bathroom, and they don't tell anybody about it. Where's that girl? The truth of the matter is, many circumstances went into her having that experience. A frame of mind, her age, where she was at the time, maturity level, time of month, the environment, if an ex or someone she's seeing pissed her off or not, if she's just feeling really wild. And she decided she wanted to put her foot down on the gas pedal to see what would happen if she winks at a guy and goes like this. But if you want to know one of the things that either overrides all of that, or gives you the best chance of creating an experience like that, it's that you as the man need to do something to, big taboo word here, seduce her. Or as I like to say, to entice her, to give her enticement, to make something appetizing. And I feel so strongly about this, you can hear it in my voice, because men feel a lot like women feel. Here I am. Why doesn't she just jump on? Why doesn't she climb on like I've seen in porn? Why isn't she just doing things to me? Why doesn't she just want to do it on her own? So what's the truth? The truth can sometimes rarely be black and white when it comes to sexual relationships and intimacy, and it can also be very black and white. What's black and white is that most women generally do not want to be dominant in the bedroom. They don't want to lead. They don't want to tell you what to do. Sometimes women don't even want to get on top. Sometimes women don't even want to think or open their eyes. They just want to be taken on an experience. That tends to be pretty black and white, and most women, if they're honest, will agree. Well, the question on the tip of everyone's tongue is, how do you turn a woman into a porn star, metaphorically? How do you turn your wife or girlfriend into someone who wants to do those types of things with you? Well, everyone is privy to one way. You can pay her a ton of money and ask her to put on a performance. But for most women in the world, it's not going to work. For most women, they need to be, take your pick, inspired, excited, aroused, turned on, seduced, enticed. There has to be something for them to respond to. There is a huge difference from a guy who's just laying back like this in the bed with a shirt and shorts or pants on and just his dick out, and he's just like, there it is. Do what you got to do, versus a man who understands his wife, girlfriend, or lover and can look her in the eyes and take it out himself. That is a very, very different animal. Those are two different things. And I know this might be a little graphic, but there's a fundamental difference in being a passive man and expecting a woman to satisfy you, please you, make the move, and pleasure you. You'll hear me talk about in many podcasts of the past and many in the future how you can go stand outside right now and prove this to yourself. No one's going to talk to you. Go stand on a street corner, go stand in a mall, a bar, as a man, and see what happens. Did someone talk to you? Did someone buy you something? Did someone offer you sex? Now as a woman, go stand on any street corner, walk along the beach, go into Trader Joe's, anywhere you want, and just kind of be open and available. Men, you can do this too. Just open and available and watch how instantly something happens. For better or worse, whether we like it or not, this is female nature. And we need to do something to inspire her to want to have sex with us. This is why when you walk around anywhere, grocery shopping, yoga, sports, activities, and you're passing by women, none of them are stopping to talk to you or have sex with you or give you a blowjob. You've done nothing to inspire them. But in your household, with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your lover, if you want to try something different, you have to get her to see you differently. And while this is exceptionally hard for couples and families who've been together, family meaning you have kids and whatnot, for many years or decades, it's hard to shift a woman's perspective of how she sees you and the box that she puts you in. There are still behaviors and mannerisms and things that you can do that will entice her and bring that side out of her. Either way, this is a skill set that has to be learned, practiced, and developed. It doesn't just happen spontaneously unless you happen to be one of the few people who's a natural, in which case I don't imagine you'd be watching this video. And before I go, I'm going to give you some tips to get you on the right path. First of all, before anything happens, the two of you need to be able to have an open, honest conversation about how she sees you. If your female partner can't be honest with you and sincere and without putting you down, condescending, being rude and disrespectful, using language like, I don't know how to say it, I can't describe it, I'm just not feeling it. If she can't have an honest conversation about how she feels towards you in terms of attraction, it's going to be very, very difficult to fix or improve, because it's likely there's something that she doesn't want to say to you, can't say to you, or feels like if she says it to you, it's going to mess everything up. However, if she can, and you can hear it, now you're in a much better place to see where you can go from here. The kind of questions I would want to ask my wife of many years: is she still attracted to me? Is she still sexually attracted to me? Does she still want to have sex with me? Can she see doing physical acts with me that she fantasizes about, or does that only live in fantasy? Is she turned on by blowjobs and going down? Does she like to have you go down on her? Is it a courtesy, a service, and a favor? Or are there things that you can do that would excite her? And granted, most women will not know the answers to many of these questions and more. Those are facts. But you can at least get the ball rolling and see where you stand. You need to figure out if she's put you in a box or not. And by the way, almost all women do this. I don't see him that way. He's just a friend. Everyone's been friend zoned. We know what that feels like. It happens in marriages and relationships too. My man is a good man, a provider. I love him. He's wonderful, great to the kids. You might even say he's your, say it with me now, ladies, best friend. Do you love your best friend? Maybe some of you do. The first step to getting this addressed is knowing where you stand with her. And men listening, you might not even need to have a conversation with that. You might just feel it and know when I go near her, she doesn't want to be touched. Every time I'm around her, she's like finding excuses to get away from me. But a clarifying conversation is your best bet to get things started. Then, with the quickness, I would strongly recommend booking a session for you both to come into my office together to sort through all of these things and see what can be done. For some women, it might be simple changes like the way you dress, your personal hygiene, your breath, the way you look at her, the way that you are with your children and your family. Are you absent? Are you too controlling? Are you too loud or aggressive? Are you too soft and sweet and gentle? Do you defer everything to her? Ask your mother, see what your mother wants to do. This reminds me of something that happened last week. I went to a gymnastics meetup and there were all the parents sitting in chairs watching their kids doing acrobatics. All the little kids were all dolled up and had on their leotards and sparkles and shine, and all the bros were there with their hoodies and their hats. And so some of the women were seated and some of the men were standing in back so that their ladies could have a seat and watch, which was nice. I stood right there as a woman turned around and looked at her husband and said, "Are you okay? Do you want to go?" 4 times. What do you suppose his response was? "Whatever. I don't care. Whatever you want. I don't know." If you're that passive, there is no way that that woman is going to take him home, throw him on the bed, and say, I've got to have my way with you right now. That is an example of extreme passivity. Sexual attraction, sexual fire, that pornographic feeling that you want to create with someone does not happen through a man casually saying, whatever you want, babe. I mowed the lawn this morning. I took the kids to school. Can we have sex? And asking for something like her vagina is something that she takes off a shelf and gives to you for good behavior. There has to be more to it than that. So come into the office, book a virtual session if you're not in Southern California. And by all means, if you know someone who needs this video, please send it to them, as referrals and you liking and sharing the video or commenting on it are what help this channel grow. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.